Hi there, everyone. It's Adam Capek here again. I wanted to bring together all the things that we've been talking about in the last little while, just into some kind of a conclusion, really, and to just bring some of them forward a little bit, very, very briefly. So why are we all stuck indoors? Well, I hope that these talks that we've had have gone some way to explaining some of the changes in our lifestyles that we're currently seeing. They've hopefully gone some way to explaining how the NHS functions, how it's funded, what the background to it was, who works in the NHS, what the role of doctors is, particularly in some kind of crisis like we're currently facing, and also looking particularly at coronavirus and why it has changed the world in the ways that it has. And hopefully with all of that, we can see the reasons why there are particular strains on different services and why we're all having to behave in manners that are different to normal. As a final point, really, I wanted to stress that there are huge areas of support out there at the moment, support for everyone. So I know full well that the teaching staff in schools, even if they're not seeing people face to face, well, they're still putting themselves out there, they're still online, they're still looking out for the welfare of their pupils. I know that the police are still out there on the front line, making sure everyone's okay. I know the fire service is still running. And I know from personal experience that the health service is still really going full, all guns blazing to make sure that we can keep people as well and as safe as possible. But on the subject specifically of medicine and also of my slides, you may have noticed at the bottom of all the slides, there are a couple of wee logos down at the bottom. And these are things that I'm particularly involved in the west of Scotland. So as I said at the start, I'm one of the NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde leads for widening access to medicine. What that means is that I spend a lot of my time trying to make sure that everyone, whatever background they're from, whoever they are, they feel that they have as much right to pursue careers in the NHS and specifically a career in medicine as anyone else. And while we're doing that in the Health Board, there are also big groups of people doing that in the universities. Now, they're doing that in Glasgow University. I know they're doing that in the other universities around Scotland, and I know that they're doing that all the way around the country. So this down here, this logo, well, that's the Medicine Outreach Glasgow Widening Access Initiative. And essentially that's a collaboration between Glasgow University and Health Board staff to make sure that we are focusing all of our efforts on getting the right people into medical school. And by the right people, I don't mean the people that maybe 50 years ago, 100 years ago would traditionally have gone there. I mean the people that deserve to be there on their own merits. And finally, in the middle, well, there's an email address down there. If you have interest or you have questions for us about medical careers, about how to get into medicine, potentially about work experience within the Health Board, well, we are very happy to answer your questions at that email address down there, widening.access@ggc.scot.nhs.uk, and we'll try and get back to you as quickly as we possibly can. Now, there are huge changes going on in the NHS at the moment, but as I say, things will end. This will end. We will get back to normal at some point, and we will keep the ball rolling. But what we need is the motivation of everyone. That's you guys, that's us, that's everyone in the country, just to keep everything spinning as long as we possibly can until we get back to a state of normality. So as I say, I hope you're all keeping well. I hope your families are well. Just keep doing the sensible things, keep plugging away, keep the chins up, and I'll hopefully be able to see many of you face to face very, very soon. Thank you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this series of talks. Cheers.